A wealthy man spots his first love, now begging on the street with her 2 3-year-old twin children, and instantly recognizes her. What he does next is nothing short of astonishing. Before we dive into the narrative, please share in the comments which city you're tuning in from. Delight in the tale, everyone. Logan Bennett, a merciless tycoon, was navigating a bustling street corner when something piqued his interest. A woman, clad in tattered, soiled garments with unkempt hair, sat on the pavement. Her face bore the weight of exhaustion and the traces of hardship. Next to her, 2 small girls, twins around 4 years of age, were dressed in worn and ragged clothing. One of them was softly weeping, her small, grimy hands gently wiping away tears from her eyes. "Darling, it's all right. Help will come soon," the woman whispered, her voice quivering with a deep, desperate affection as she gently caressed the child's hair. Logan experienced a sharp ache in his chest. He recognized that face, despite the grime and suffering. It seemed impossible, yet it was true. Olivia Carter, the cherished figure of his younger days, the girl he once admired from a distance. She had always overlooked him in school, only taking note to ridicule his clumsy efforts to capture her interest. In this moment, she found herself exposed and at the mercy of her circumstances. Logan moved forward with caution, his heart pounding in his chest. "Olivia," he said with a hint of uncertainty. The woman gradually raised her head, her eyes growing wide as she identified the voice. "Logan?" In that fleeting moment, silence enveloped them both. The stillness that enveloped them was laden with haunting recollections. Then Olivia averted her eyes, as though she longed to vanish into thin air. "What transpired with you?" he inquired, his worry evident. Olivia averted her gaze, gripping the girls even more firmly. "It holds no significance. We are doing well. Leave me alone, Logan." Yet Logan found it impossible to overlook what lay before him. One of the girls was weeping from hunger, while the other grasped her mother's arm, gazing at him with wide, terrified eyes. The anguish and hopelessness of the moment struck him with the force of a punch. "You're not okay. Join me on this journey. I am here to assist you." "No, I can't," Olivia started to argue. "I won't abandon you and your daughters in this cold. You're joining me, and I won't accept any refusals." The girls regarded him with a blend of curiosity and wariness. The individual who had been weeping pressed her lips together, stifling her tears. Olivia paused, yet the intensity in Logan's eyes compelled her to give in. She understood that there was no alternative left for her. Logan retrieved his phone and dialed his driver. "Be here in 5 minutes," he said before putting the phone away. "Let us proceed. You have no obligation to remain here." He reached out to Olivia, who hesitantly accepted his gesture. As the car pulled up, Logan assisted Olivia in getting inside, cradling one of the girls while she supported the other. The children were weary, their faces nestled against their mother's shoulders. The journey to Logan's mansion was marked by a heavy silence. Olivia gazed out the window, her mind adrift in contemplation. Logan stole glances at her from time to time, seeking to grasp the unraveling of her life. Upon their arrival, Olivia appeared distinctly uneasy. The magnificent mansion, adorned with inviting lights and a pristine garden, appeared to be a realm of its own. "There's no need for you to go through with this, Logan. We are capable. Let's put an end to the disagreements, Olivia. Step inside, enjoy a bite to eat, and take a moment to relax." Mrs. Harper, the housekeeper, opened the door, her expression one of surprise, yet she remained silent. Logan directed her to set up a room for Olivia and the girls. As Mrs. Harper attended to that matter, Logan led Olivia and the children into the living room. He kindled the fireplace, enveloping the room in a snug warmth, and requested that a meal be prepared for them. "Thanks, Logan." "Truly, thank you," Olivia expressed, her eyes filled with tears as the girls nestled beside her on the sofa. Logan nodded, his thoughts swirling with intensity. He understood that this evening marked merely the start of something greater. Tomorrow, he must uncover the truth about what had really transpired with Olivia and how she found herself in this situation. The first rays of sunlight were starting to filter through the windows of Logan's mansion, yet Olivia was already up and about. Perched on the edge of the bed, she observed her twins, Harper and Hazel, as they remained in a deep, peaceful slumber. After what felt like ages, her daughters finally found themselves enveloped in warmth and comfort. That was meant to soothe her heart, yet instead, she sensed a tightening knot in her throat. Throughout the mansion, Logan found himself awake as well, seated in his office, reflecting on all that had unfolded the previous night. The sight of Olivia on the sidewalk, cradling her children, lingered in his thoughts. He sought to grasp the circumstances that led to this occurrence. In the end, the Olivia he remembered from school radiated confidence and vitality, a person who appeared to be on a path toward remarkable achievements. A soft knock echoed on Olivia's door, courtesy of the housekeeper. "Miss Carter, your breakfast awaits. Mr. Bennett wishes for you and the girls to come down." Olivia expressed her gratitude and gently roused the twins from their slumber. A short while later, they descended together to the dining room, where a delightful breakfast spread was ready for them. The girls dashed eagerly to the chairs, thrilled by the assortment of fruits, breads, and juices. Olivia, on the other hand, paused for a moment. "Please have a seat," Logan said, stepping into the doorway. He donned a pristine white dress shirt, exuding an air of ease, yet the intensity in his eyes hinted at a deeper seriousness. "Thank you," Olivia said, drawing out a chair as she observed Harper and Hazel devour their meal with gusto. As they sat down to eat, an uncomfortable stillness hung in the air between Logan and Olivia. He recognized the necessity of proceeding with caution, yet his resolve to uncover the truth was unwavering. Once the girls had finished their meal, the housekeeper led them to a nearby room for some playtime. Olivia sat quietly, left in solitude with Logan. He leaned forward, resting his elbows on the table, and met her gaze with unwavering intensity. "Olivia, we must have a conversation. I wish to comprehend what transpired with you." She turned her eyes away, her hands intertwined in her lap. "This isn't a tale I prefer to share. I'm not here to pass judgment, my aim is simply to offer assistance." Logan took a moment, selecting his words with precision. "When I encountered you yesterday, you and your daughters were in a circumstance that, frankly, doesn't unfold in an instant." "What transpired, Olivia?" She inhaled deeply, shutting her eyes briefly before she started to articulate her thoughts. "Once we completed high school, I began a relationship with Jake Miller. Do you recall him? He was the most admired individual in school." Logan nodded, his jaw clenching at the sound of the name. He recalled Jake vividly, a figure admired by all, yet unafraid to inflict pain on others to achieve his desires. "Jake and I began our relationship immediately following prom. I believed I was in love, convinced that he shared my feelings. Several months later, I discovered that I was expecting. When I expressed my belief that we would confront it side by side, he left me behind. He expressed that he felt unprepared for fatherhood and was not interested in taking on that responsibility. That marked the final moment I laid eyes on him." Logan's hands tightened into fists on the table, battling the surge of anger rising within him. "Did he really just walk out on you?" Olivia nodded, her eyes filled with emotion. "Indeed, I found myself in solitude, without any assistance. My parents were unable to assist significantly, and I did everything within my power to support the girls, yet it fell short. Eventually, I found myself without a job, and as time went on, the bills began to accumulate. At the age of 2, Harper and Hazel faced the upheaval of being evicted from our apartment. Since that time, we have found ourselves on the streets, depending on the generosity of those we encounter." Logan remained still, absorbing the weight of the words that had just been spoken. The Olivia he once knew possessed a remarkable strength, yet life had shattered her in ways he could never have foreseen. "What stopped you from seeking assistance?" He finally inquired, his tone gentler now. Olivia confessed her feelings of shame. Embarrassed by the way my life had unraveled. I never intended for anyone to witness me in this state, particularly not someone of your caliber. Logan inhaled deeply, a blend of empathy and sorrow washing over him. Olivia, nobody should have to endure this. You are no longer by yourself. I will assist you and your daughters in regaining your footing. Why, Logan? What is the purpose behind all of this? He paused, fully aware that honesty was his only option. Even with all that has happened, my feelings for you remain strong. I have always been concerned. Olivia remained quiet, her thoughts swirling, unable to find the words. Logan's words resonated within her thoughts as she struggled to comprehend the unfolding events. As Olivia settled the girls under their blankets that night, she pondered over Logan's words. After a long time, she experienced a flicker of optimism. Yet, she understood that embracing assistance required confronting her most profound anxieties and starting anew. The following morning, as sunlight streamed through the mansion's expansive windows, Olivia stirred awake to the gentle sounds of Harper and Hazel giggling on the carpet next to the bed. For an instant, she sensed that she was lost in a dream. Just a day ago, it seemed almost unimaginable that she had been sitting on a sidewalk, grappling with uncertainty about where their next meal would come from. She extended her limbs and summoned the girls to prepare themselves. Neatly arranged in the room were freshly selected garments, thoughtfully curated by the housekeeper. Olivia was taken aback by the consideration, yet she couldn't shake the feeling of being out of her element in such an opulent environment. As they descended the stairs for breakfast, Logan was already settled in the living room, poring over some papers. He glanced up at the sound of the twins' footsteps, a subtle smile gracing his lips. "Did you rest peacefully?" he inquired. Harper nodded with enthusiasm, while Hazel timidly grasped her mother's hand. "Indeed, it was the finest evening we've experienced in quite some time," Olivia responded, her voice laced with appreciation. "It's wonderful to hear that." Logan motioned for them to take a seat. "There's no need for concern today. It's important for you to take a break. The girls have the freedom to play in the garden or any place they choose." Olivia paused, uncertainty flickering in her mind. "Logan, I truly appreciate everything you've done for me, but I also want to be mindful of your generosity. As soon as possible, I will seek employment and—" Logan lifted a hand, halting her in her tracks. "Take your time, Olivia. First and foremost, your recovery is essential. There's no need to stress over deadlines. We'll navigate this journey side by side." Even with his comforting words, Olivia couldn't shake the heaviness in her chest. Embracing assistance was not something that came easily to her. Nevertheless, the priority was her daughter's well-being, and for that reason, she set aside her pride. Following breakfast, Harper and Hazel ventured into the garden, accompanied by the watchful eye of the housekeeper. Olivia, in the meantime, assisted with the dishes, her mind troubled by the sense that she could be doing more. Logan discovered her in the kitchen, a bemused expression crossing his face as he observed her struggling to wash the dishes. "Olivia, there's no need for you to do that. I need to do something, Logan. I feel uneasy about simply taking without contributing in return." Logan let out a heavy breath. "If that's your perspective, so be it. However, at this moment, my focus is on the girls. Do they possess all the essentials required?" Olivia took a moment to reflect. "They require several items, such as clothing and footwear. Their possessions are aged and tattered." "Excellent, let's venture out and acquire what is necessary." Olivia's eyes grew large with surprise. "There's no need for that, Logan. I can handle it later." "No discussion," Logan remarked with a soft smile. "I will retrieve the car." 30 minutes later, Olivia, Harper, and Hazel found themselves in a downtown children's store, while Logan observed intently. The girls were filled with joy, darting between the racks and experimenting with new outfits. "Is it really possible for me to have this, Mom?" Harper inquired, clutching a shimmering blue dress. Olivia felt a pang in her heart as she gazed into her daughter's bright, hopeful eyes. "Absolutely, my dear, you can." Hazel, the quieter of the twins, displayed a fresh pair of sneakers. "Me as well, Mommy." Olivia nodded, her smile filled with deep emotion. "And you as well, my dear." Logan observed quietly, content to witness the girl's joy. After selecting clothes, shoes, and a handful of toys, he brought them to a restaurant for lunch. At lunchtime, the twins animatedly exchanged stories, their voices bubbling with excitement as they engaged in playful antics together. Olivia observed them, a wave of relief washing over her as she finally witnessed their smiles. "Your contributions today have been invaluable, Logan." "Thank you," Olivia expressed with heartfelt sincerity. "I've merely acted as anyone ought to," Logan responded nonchalantly. "This is truly meant for you." Olivia cast her gaze downward, the weight of shame returning. She recognized Logan's kindness, yet memories of her past treatment towards him lingered in her mind. "You're far more gracious than I ever was to you, Logan," she whispered, barely above a breath. Logan scowled. "Olivia, the past lies behind us. What matters now is our path ahead," she acknowledged, even as the weight of guilt remained. Upon their return to the mansion, the twins dashed eagerly to the garden, proudly displaying their new outfits. Olivia observed them from the living room window, a smile gracing her lips. After so long, a sense of safety enveloped her. Logan, positioned next to her, shattered the stillness. "They are truly remarkable young girls. They provide me with the motivation to persevere. In the darkest times, they provided me with a spark to keep going." Logan gazed at her with a sense of awe. "Olivia, you possess a strength that you may not fully recognize, having faced so much and yet remaining resilient. That's a feat that only a select few can accomplish." She let out a soft breath. "I'm not sure if it's true strength or merely stubbornness, but regardless, I appreciate it." Logan beamed. "Whenever you find yourself in need, remember that I'm here for you." Olivia nodded, a sense of relief washing over her as she realized she could finally place her trust in someone other than herself. The following morning, Olivia stirred awake to the gentle rays of sunlight filtering through the curtains. Harper and Hazel lay in peaceful slumber, their expressions serene, unburdened by the concerns that had followed them through the streets. Olivia observed her daughters for a moment, experiencing a blend of relief and hope. Perhaps beginning anew was indeed within reach. Once she had put on her clothes, she made her way downstairs and discovered Logan in the kitchen, enjoying a cup of coffee while perusing the newspaper. He glanced upward at the sound of her approaching footsteps, a smile spreading across his face. "Greetings of the day. Did you have a good night's rest?" "Absolutely, I appreciate it. What about you?" With unwavering resolve, he responded, folding the newspaper and rising to his feet. "I brewed some coffee for both of you. Please take a seat." Olivia expressed her gratitude, a sense of comfort washing over her as the familiar routine began to take shape. As she savored her coffee, Logan sat opposite her and remarked, "I was pondering. With the girls feeling more at ease, we can shift our attention to you." "About me?" she inquired, taken aback. "Absolutely. You expressed a desire to engage in work once more. What type of position are you seeking?" Olivia paused, contemplating her choices. "My academic background may not be extensive, which narrows my choices, but I am ready to embrace any opportunity that enables me to provide for my daughters." Logan gave a slight nod. "That is quite logical. Imagine a scenario where you can pursue your studies, complete your education, and secure a job that genuinely brings you satisfaction." Her eyes grew large with surprise. "Research? That is simply not an option, Logan. I lack the time and resources for that." You would possess both right here. I can assist with the costs and ensure the girls receive proper care while you focus on your studies. Olivia shook her head, disbelief etched across her face. Your contributions have been invaluable to us. I cannot take on anything further. Logan leaned in, his demeanor grave. Olivia, this goes beyond your perspective. The story revolves around Harper and Hazel. Seizing the opportunity to become stronger will ultimately serve your daughters well in the future. Kindly consider it. Logan's words resonated profoundly with Olivia. She recognized the truth in his words, yet her pride and shame continued to weigh heavily on her heart. That evening, once the twins were tucked in, Logan invited Olivia to join him in his office. He possessed a matter of significance to address. Olivia, I have an idea for you, he started, offering her a small envelope. She opened it to discover details regarding courses in business and entrepreneurship. I encourage you to think about enrolling in these courses. Your intelligence and determination shine through, and I have no doubt that you possess the ability to accomplish remarkable feats. This will equip you with the resources to empower yourself and forge a brighter future for your daughters. Olivia gazed at the documents, her thoughts swirling as she tried to grasp the proposal. Logan, This feels overwhelming. I have my doubts about whether I can accomplish this. You possess greater potential than you realize, and there's no need to make a decision at this moment. Take a moment to reflect on it. Olivia clutched the papers, caught in a whirlwind of trepidation and optimism. In the days that ensued, Olivia found herself contemplating Logan's proposal. Slowly, it dawned on her that this might be her opportunity to transform her life and, above all, provide her daughters with the future they truly deserved. At long last, after considerable contemplation, she consented. With Logan's encouragement, she signed up for the courses and started her studies during the day, while the housekeeper took care of the twins. Despite the initial hurdles, Olivia experienced a resurgence as she acquired new skills and unearthed a part of herself she believed was gone. Every day felt like a triumph, and she held tightly to the belief that she was creating something enduring. Logan attentively observed her journey, providing motivation and assistance whenever she required it. He understood that for Olivia to thrive, she had to have faith in herself just as deeply as he had faith in her. Olivia began to understand the significance Logan held in her life. His steady presence and steadfast support were gradually dismantling the walls she had constructed over the years. Olivia's routine was evolving rapidly. As dawn broke, Harper and Hazel frolicked in the garden, while she dedicated countless hours to her studies in the office that Logan had thoughtfully arranged for her. Initially, each page she turned seemed like an arduous ascent, yet gradually, she discovered her flow. Logan's consistent and resolute encouragement inspired her further. One afternoon, while Olivia was poring over her notes, Logan entered the room, his expression grave. She instantly felt that something was amiss. We need to talk, he said, shutting the door firmly behind him. Olivia sensed a knot forming in her stomach. What is it exactly? I discovered someone from your past, Logan said, sitting across from her. Jake Miller. The name echoed powerfully in Olivia's thoughts. Jake, the one who had left her in her time of greatest need. The man who fathered her daughters, yet had never recognized their existence. Olivia inhaled deeply, striving to manage the surge of feelings within her. What does he have to do with this? She inquired, her voice more composed than she had anticipated. I've been exploring a few ideas. I was curious to learn more about what transpired for you after school. I located Jake and chose to face him directly. What did you do? Olivia froze, taken aback. I had to uncover the reality of his actions towards you and the reasons behind his departure from you and the girls. Logan, you crossed a line with that action. Perhaps not, yet I undertook it for your sake. Olivia remained quiet, her heart heavy. She understood that Logan had good intentions, but reintroducing Jake into her life seemed like tearing open a scar that had yet to mend. What was his statement? She finally inquired, her tone uncertain. Logan leaned his elbows on the table, letting out a deep sigh. He confessed to it all. He claimed he was aware of your pregnancy but chose not to accept any responsibility. He asserted that vanishing was the simpler option. How about we engage in a fun little activity for those who prefer to skim through the comments? Drop pizza in the comments section. Only those who reach this point will truly comprehend. Let us return to the narrative. Olivia sensed her fury swell like an unstoppable wave. She had anticipated nothing new from Jake, yet the sound of those words still pierced her heart. Did he bring up the girls? She inquired, her gaze filled with unshed tears. He didn't even inquire about them. Olivia's hands tightened into fists, a struggle to keep her emotions at bay. Despite her deep-seated disdain for Jake, a fragment of her heart had always clung to the hope that he might one day express regret or even a hint of interest in the daughters he had left behind. Logan rose to his feet and gently rested a hand on her shoulder. Olivia, you're not alone in this journey. I have arrived. She gazed at him, battling the impulse to crumble. I appreciate your offer, Logan, but there are matters I need to address independently. That evening, once the girls were tucked in, Olivia found herself at the kitchen table, gazing at a cup of tea that had lost its warmth. Logan's words resonated within her, and the memory of Jake hung around her like an ever-present shadow. She understood that in order to progress, she needed to face her past decisively. In the days that ensued, Olivia attempted to return to her usual rhythm, yet her concentration eluded her. The recollections of Jake and the confrontation Logan had alluded to pressed down on her, heavy and unyielding. Logan, sensing the shift in her mood, opted to step back, yet his gaze lingered on her with a hint of worry. One morning, Olivia resolved to take a step forward. She lifted the receiver and dialed Jake's number. After a few rings, he picked up, his voice lacking any enthusiasm on the other end of the line. Hey Jake, it's Olivia. It's time for a conversation. A few seconds passed in silence before he responded. What is the topic? It has been quite a while. It's all about the girls. You've never had the desire to learn about them, but it's time for that to shift. Not for my own sake, but for theirs. With a heavy sigh, Jake exhaled his frustration. Olivia, I've expressed my point clearly. I prefer to stay out of this. What would you like me to express? I apologize. For that reason, I am not. Olivia felt a pang in her chest, yet she maintained a calm tone. So, you won't ever have the chance to meet them? Do you really avoid taking any responsibility? I have moved forward, Olivia. I believe you ought to as well. Before she had a chance to reply, the connection was lost. She remained rooted in place, clutching the phone, grappling with the void that conversation had created. It provided the resolution she sought, yet it also served as a stark reminder that Jake would forever remain absent from her daughters' lives. As Logan stepped through the door that evening, he discovered Olivia nestled on the couch, the twins peacefully slumbering beside her. He settled beside her, remaining quiet as he anticipated her words. I had a conversation with Jake. At last, she spoke, shattering the stillness. Logan scowled. So, how did it turn out? Just as I anticipated. He wishes to distance himself from them entirely. He experiences emptiness. Logan's fists tightened, his frustration unmistakable. He remains unaware of what lies beyond his grasp. Olivia gazed at her daughters and let out a deep sigh. I didn't do it for him. I accomplished it for the ladies. I had to confirm that there were no lingering expectations from him. What comes next? Logan inquired. Now I progress forward. I want the girls to thrive without being overshadowed by a father who was indifferent. Logan nodded, appreciating the resilience Olivia was displaying. He recognized the lingering hurt within her, yet he also perceived a fresh resolve shining through. The following morning, Logan delighted Olivia with a thoughtful little present. A journal and a refined writing instrument. "What is this?" she inquired, intrigued. "A resource designed to help you map out your future. Please outline your objectives and the necessary steps to accomplish them. Let's collaborate on this." Olivia beamed, moved by the thoughtful act. "Thanks, Logan. I can't imagine my life without you by my side. Continue with your current approach. Restoration. I'm here to ensure you have every opportunity to thrive." With Logan's unwavering support, Olivia pressed on with her studies, resolute in her quest to forge a brighter future for herself and her daughters. The encounter with Jake was excruciating, yet it brought a sense of liberation. At this moment, she realized that her past was behind her, and there was no need to revisit it. Days unfolded in a steadily structured rhythm. Olivia dedicated herself fully to her studies and the care of the twins, with Logan steadfastly by her side, providing constant support. The bond between the two evolved into something richer and more instinctive, characterized by mutual comprehension and thoughtful gestures. One afternoon, while Olivia was poring over her notes in the living room, Logan entered with a folder in hand and an enigmatic smile on his face. She gazed at him, curiosity piqued. "What is that?" she inquired, placing the notebook gently on her lap. "An opportunity," Logan said, as he passed her the folder. Within were papers and an initial agreement. Olivia glanced at the title, Project Assistant, Bennett Enterprises. Her brow furrowed as she turned to Logan, a look of bewilderment crossing her face. "Are you requesting my assistance?" "I don't want to rush you, Olivia, but I believe this could be a great opportunity for you to begin your journey while putting your knowledge into practice. This role offers temporary engagement with ample flexibility, allowing you to continue your studies and attend to the girls' needs." Olivia paused, carefully examining the specifics of the contract. The proposal was ample, yet she remained uncertain. Collaborating closely with Logan might prove to be challenging, considering the deepening emotional connection they were forming. "Logan, I have some doubts about whether I'm the best fit for this. I lack any experience. You possess more than you realize. Your progress is impressive, and you've demonstrated your ability to tackle challenges effectively. This is not a mere gesture of goodwill. I truly have faith in your capabilities." Logan's words resonated with authenticity, and Olivia could feel the significance of his support. She understood that accepting this position would be a significant leap, yet she also worried about her ability to meet the anticipated standards. After a brief pause, Olivia inhaled deeply and offered a subtle smile. "Very well, I shall proceed with it." Logan beamed, unmistakably satisfied. "You will find it worthwhile. We'll proceed at a gentle pace, and with time, you'll come to recognize your own potential." The following morning, Olivia met Logan's team for the first time. Though she felt a wave of anxiety at first, she soon recognized that he had selected compassionate and supportive people to lead her through the experience. The role demanded meticulous organization, keen attention to detail, and adeptness in managing deadlines. Yet Olivia confronted every obstacle with unwavering resolve. The twins appeared to be more content and comfortably adjusted to their new routine. Afternoons were filled with playful adventures in the garden and creative moments in the kitchen, transforming the once serene house into a lively space echoing with the joyous sounds of youthful laughter and boundless energy. Logan frequently participated when possible, deepening his connection with the girls. As the evening settled in, Olivia sat at her desk, poring over reports, when Logan entered the room, carrying 2 cups of tea. He placed one next to her and settled onto the nearby couch. "You're performing admirably," he observed, as he gazed at her. Olivia beamed, a gentle flush spreading across her cheeks. "There's much more for me to discover, yet I find great pleasure in the journey. That is what truly counts. Progress is achieved through dedication, and your resilience is truly commendable." She averted her gaze for a brief instant, attempting to navigate the surge of feelings his words evoked. "I appreciate your faith in me, Logan. Indeed. He offered a gentle smile in reply, and the ensuing silence wrapped around them, creating a sense of comfort that bordered on intimacy. In the weeks that followed, the bond between Olivia and Logan grew stronger. Subtle actions, such as lingering looks or fleeting touches, suggested emotions they were both reluctant to confront. Yet, one could not ignore the fact that a transformation was underway. One afternoon, in the midst of a team meeting, Olivia unveiled a proposal to enhance the logistics of a project, catching everyone off guard. Logan, beaming with pride, openly expressed his admiration for her initiative. "Great idea, Olivia. We will put this into action immediately." She expressed her gratitude, a sense of confidence and fulfillment washing over her for the first time in years. As the sun began to set and the two strolled towards the parking lot, Logan paused, locking his gaze with hers. "Olivia, have you noticed the incredible growth you've experienced since your arrival?" She gently shook her head, a soft smile gracing her lips. "I continue to sense that there is an abundance I need to demonstrate." "There's no requirement for you to demonstrate anything to anyone. You are truly remarkable, just the way you are." Olivia felt her heart quicken, and for an instant, everything around them appeared to blur into the background. Logan moved in a bit, as if he had more to express, but the approach of the twins, their laughter echoing, cut him off. "Mom, check out what we've created." Harper and Hazel exclaimed joyfully, proudly displaying their vibrant creations. Olivia chuckled and crouched to embrace them. Logan observed the scene with a grin, experiencing a profound joy simply by being in their presence. Later that night, as she gently tucked the girls into bed, Olivia found herself pondering the significant transformations her life had undergone in recent months. The support Logan offered, the warmth he extended to the twins, and his encouragement for her to forge ahead held a significance that transcended mere words. As she reclined, a blend of thankfulness and unease washed over her. She realized she was developing feelings for Logan, yet a part of her remained apprehensive about letting her heart be vulnerable once more. Logan, conversely, found his thoughts increasingly occupied by Olivia. Her strength, resilience, and dedication were qualities he held in deep admiration. Amidst their intricate histories, he sensed a unique connection between them, one that deserved to be delved into. In the days ahead, these emotions would become increasingly difficult to overlook. The evenings in Logan's mansion became ever more silent. After long days filled with work and play alongside Harper and Hazel, Olivia frequently found herself immersed in profound contemplation. Perched on the edge of her bed, bathed in soft light, she reflected on the profound transformations her life had undergone. Even amidst Logan's warmth and encouragement, a specter of the past continued to hover around her. That night, Logan found himself unable to drift into slumber. He sat in the living room, gazing at the dancing flames in the fireplace, his mind consumed by thoughts of Olivia. There was an unsettling quality to her occasional retreats that weighed on his mind. He understood that an open dialogue about their feelings was essential for progress. The following morning, while Harper and Hazel frolicked in the garden, Logan seized the moment to approach Olivia. In the kitchen, she meticulously arranged the groceries that had just been delivered. Logan slipped in silently, taking a moment to watch her before uttering a word. "Olivia, may we have a conversation?" She hesitated, picking up on his tone that indicated this was no typical exchange. "Absolutely, what is it that you need?" Logan motioned for her to accompany him to the living room. They settled into their seats, and he started to speak. "I've had something on my mind for quite some time, but I've struggled to find the right way to express it." Olivia leaned in a bit, her heart beginning to quicken. "What is it exactly?" "Your strength and resilience are truly commendable, yet it seems you are still burdened by a significant amount of guilt. It seems like the moment has come for you to release it." She averted her gaze, his words resonating deeply within her. "Logan, I recognize that I've erred numerous times before. The decisions I made led me to this point, and at times, I question whether I am worthy of the life you present to me." Logan shook his head in disbelief. Perfection is an illusion, Olivia. Everyone stumbles at times, yet you have been putting in the effort to rise above your obstacles. You are worthy of this and even greater things. His words wrapped around her like a gentle embrace, easing the pain of wounds she had concealed for ages. Olivia inhaled deeply, coming to the realization that the moment had arrived to face her insecurities. Logan, I've never expressed my regret for the way I treated you back in our younger days. I acted with self-centeredness and a lack of maturity, failing to appreciate the worth of those in my life. I caused you pain, and I deeply regret it. Logan paused, absorbing her words in thoughtful silence. At last, he declared, Olivia, the past holds no significance now. We have both evolved, and what truly counts now is the foundation we are creating together. I offer you my forgiveness, and I wish for you to find it within yourself as well. Tears brimmed in Olivia's eyes, yet this time they were not born of sorrow. A profound sense of relief washed over her, as if a heavy burden had finally been removed from her shoulders. She regarded Logan, who responded with a serene comprehension in his eyes. I appreciate everything you've done, Logan. No need for gratitude. I find myself here by choice. That moment signified the beginning of a fresh narrative for them. The weight of the past started to lift, allowing them to finally share their thoughts and feelings with one another completely. In the days that followed, Olivia sensed a buoyancy in her heart that had eluded her for years. She immersed herself in her work and studies with a fresh vigor, as Logan remained by her side, offering unwavering support at every turn. One evening, after settling the twins for the night, Olivia discovered Logan in the garden, nestled in one of the rocking chairs. The gentle glow of the moon cast a serene light on his features, as he appeared to be deep in contemplation. How are you doing? Olivia inquired, taking a seat next to him. Logan beamed. Indeed, I was reflecting on the significant transformations that have occurred. I recall the moment I spotted you that evening on the sidewalk. I never envisioned we would find ourselves in this situation. Olivia confessed that she hadn't either. Yet, I find solace in the fact that it occurred. Same here. The quietude enveloping them felt soothing, as if conversation held no importance. Logan gazed at Olivia, the soft light of the moon shimmering in her eyes. He realized he was developing feelings for her, yet he was determined not to hurry the process. Olivia, do you think there's room for redemption? He inquired, shattering the stillness. She smiled, contemplating his inquiry. I believe I'm beginning to. Logan nodded, feeling a surge of motivation from her reply. He sensed they were moving towards something extraordinary, something essential for both of them. Yet, it was only time that could make it concrete. The following morning, Logan resolved to orchestrate a delightful surprise for Olivia and the twins. He planned a quaint excursion to a local farm, allowing them to enjoy a day in nature, far removed from the chaos of urban life. Harper and Hazel were thrilled when they caught wind of the concept. Olivia, taken aback yet appreciative, cherished the opportunity to share significant moments with her daughters and Logan. The day brimmed with joy and memories that will linger forever. The young ladies tended to the farm animals, dashed through the expansive fields, and savored the delightful taste of homemade ice cream. Olivia, in that moment, experienced a deeper bond with Logan than she had ever felt. He appeared utterly relaxed, engaging with the twins as though he had always belonged to their family. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the car rolled down the quiet road, Harper and Hazel nestled in the back seat, their eyes fluttering shut, surrendering to the sweet embrace of slumber, their hearts full of joy from the day's adventures. Olivia observed Logan behind the wheel, a subtle smile playing on his lips as he drove in quiet contemplation. Thank you for today, she murmured gently. Thanking me isn't necessary. It was a remarkable day for everyone involved. Indeed, it was. Seeing the girls so happy truly meant the world to me. This is merely the start, Olivia. Countless moments like this await us in the future. Her smile blossomed, a gentle warmth spreading from his words. After a long time, she felt a glimmer of hope for a promising future. Upon reaching the house, Logan gently transported the twins to their room, ensuring their comfort before dimming the lights. Olivia stood nearby, touched by the compassion and commitment he displayed. That night, as she lay in bed, Olivia sensed it was time to release the burdens of her past. Logan was indeed correct. Second chances were real, and she was determined not to squander the opportunity she had received. The mornings at Logan's mansion buzzed with vitality. Harper and Hazel dashed through the house, their laughter echoing and infusing the atmosphere with an irresistible delight. Logan, who had previously led a serene existence centered around his career, discovered himself becoming more engaged in the twins' daily activities and, crucially, in Olivia's development. As dawn broke, Olivia prepared to embark on her day. Logan extended an invitation for her to join him at a significant meeting, presenting a chance to witness his negotiation skills and leadership in action. While she felt a thrill of excitement, a wave of nervousness washed over her as well. She was determined to avoid any missteps and to fit in seamlessly. "Are you prepared?" Logan stood by the entrance, patiently awaiting her arrival. "Approximately. I really hope I can get this right. You're going to excel, Olivia. Have faith in your own abilities." Upon reaching the company building, Olivia found herself captivated by its impressive grandeur. Logan led her to the meeting room, where a number of executives had already assembled. He presented her as a talented partner, stirring a mix of pride and a hint of self-awareness within her. In the meeting, Olivia focused intently, taking in every nuance. Logan urged her to express her thoughts, and to her astonishment, her contributions were met with enthusiasm. One of the executives remarked on your exceptionally clear perspective. "Thanks a lot. I'm still learning, but I'm pleased I could contribute," Olivia said with a humble smile. Logan observed the exchange with a sense of fulfillment. He had always believed in Olivia's potential, but witnessing others acknowledge her talents brought an even greater sense of fulfillment. Following the meeting, Logan escorted her to a quaint cafe nearby. They settled at an outdoor table, and Olivia, feeling at ease, ordered a cappuccino. "You were incredible today," Logan remarked, sipping his coffee. She confessed to feeling a wave of nerves, yet there was an undeniable thrill in being involved. "This marks the start of something greater. What you're creating is truly substantial, Olivia." She gazed at him, a profound sense of appreciation swelling within her. "This wouldn't have been achievable without you, Logan. You had faith in me when I was struggling to find my own. I merely illuminated the path for you. The credit belongs entirely to you." A call from the housekeeper broke their moment, informing Olivia that Harper and Hazel were inquiring about her. Logan beamed. "It seems your little ones are longing for your presence. They are connected. They won't be able to resist for too long," Olivia remarked, chuckling softly. Upon arriving back home, the twins dashed to their mother, enveloping her in a warm embrace. Logan observed the scene, sensing a profound bond growing with the girls. He cherished their limitless enthusiasm and the way their laughter could illuminate any environment. Later that afternoon, Logan chose to arrange a quaint picnic in the garden. Harper and Hazel were absolutely delighted as they eagerly filled a basket with sandwiches, fruit, and juice. Olivia reclined on a blanket laid across the lawn, observing the girls as they frolicked with Logan. "You're becoming increasingly at ease with them," Olivia remarked as Logan took a seat next to her. "These children are truly remarkable. One cannot help but form a bond. I appreciate your kindness towards them, Logan. It brings me immense joy to see them feel secure and content in this place. That has always been my deepest desire." Logan beamed with delight. "They are an integral part of you, Olivia, and for me, that suffices." His words resonated with Olivia, causing her heart to quicken. She understood that her emotions for Logan transcended mere gratitude, yet the apprehension of completely unveiling her heart continued to restrain her. As darkness enveloped the world, Harper and Hazel succumbed to weariness, drifting off into slumber nestled in their mother's embrace. Logan assisted Olivia in bringing them to their room, and together, they gently settled the girls into bed. As they emerged into the hallway, Olivia halted, casting a glance at Logan. "Your impact on our lives has been profound, and you must realize that. You've transformed my life as well, Olivia." The depth of Logan's gaze enveloped her in a paradox of vulnerability and safety. She realized she could no longer dismiss the emotions stirring within her. As the evening wore on, Olivia found herself in the kitchen, crafting a warm cup of tea, when Logan entered the room. He lingered in silence for a moment, observing her intently, before moving closer. "Olivia, I have something important to share with you." She pivoted to confront him, her heart racing with intensity. "What is it exactly?" Logan paused for a moment, weighing his options, but ultimately chose to speak the truth. "Your arrival has transformed my life in every way. You and the girls have introduced an element into my life that I never knew I needed. My feelings for you, Olivia, run deeper than I can express." His words enveloped Olivia like a sudden tide, leaving her momentarily stunned. For a brief instant, she found herself at a loss for words, yet a smile broke across her face, her eyes shimmering with emotion. "Logan, my feelings for you are equally strong. Yet, everything about this remains quite unfamiliar to me. Time is what I require." Logan acknowledged her candor with a nod. "I comprehend. I'm not requesting that you hurry. I simply wanted to share my feelings with you." A subtle sound from above broke the tranquility of their moment. Harper stirred from her slumber, her voice rising as she called out for her mother. With a warm smile, Olivia approached to care for her, leaving Logan solitary in the kitchen. He let out a weary breath, his gaze lingering on the forsaken teacup resting on the counter. Gaining Olivia's full confidence would require patience, yet he was prepared to be patient. The emotions he held for her and the girls made every second of waiting worthwhile. In the days that followed, the bond between Logan and Olivia deepened, characterized by subtle yet significant moments. As the days went by, Olivia found herself gradually revealing more of her heart to him, while Logan stood by, patient and understanding, allowing her the time she required to mend and build her trust. The road stretched out before them, long and winding, yet they stood united, prepared to confront whatever challenges lay ahead. The sky above New York was shrouded in dense clouds, heralding the approach of a storm. Olivia sat in Logan's office, poring over the reports he had requested her to tackle. She felt a renewed sense of confidence in her abilities, yet she continued to tackle each task with the gravity of someone who recognized the significance this job held for her new life. Logan entered the room, balancing 2 cups of coffee in his hands. He positioned one next to Olivia and took a seat opposite her, watching her quietly for a brief moment before breaking the silence. "You're performing admirably, are you aware of that?" Olivia glanced upward, taken aback by the nonchalant way he spoke. "I'm making an effort, yet I sense there's still potential for growth. Your self-discipline is admirable, and while it can be tough, I want you to recognize that I take pride in all that you are achieving." Her cheeks tinged with a soft hue, and she redirected her attention to the computer screen. Logan's compliment resonated as something deeper than mere professional acknowledgement. His voice carried a warmth that she found impossible to overlook. Time flowed effortlessly, as their connection grew stronger with each moment. Logan consistently discovered methods to express his affection, whether through thoughtful gestures or heartfelt words that made Olivia feel cherished. She observed herself slowly dismantling the defenses she had constructed, yet a faint barrier remained in place. One evening, once the twins were tucked in, Logan invited Olivia to accompany him on the terrace of the mansion. She paused for a moment, yet allowed her intrigue to lead the way. Upon their arrival, Olivia was captivated by the scenery. The city lights twinkled like distant stars, while the cool night air enveloped everything in a serene embrace, a stark contrast to the typical hustle and bustle of New York. Logan lingered next to her, silently appreciating how her eyes mirrored the brilliance of the city lights. "I used to come up here when I needed to think," he finally said, "but lately, that need seems to have faded away. I believe it's due to discovering something that offers me greater tranquility." Olivia glanced at him, feeling the weight of unspoken thoughts lingering in the air. "What grants you that tranquility, Logan?" "You," he stated confidently. His words caught her off guard, leaving her momentarily at a loss for words. Logan moved in, narrowing the gap that separated them. "From the instant I laid eyes on you that evening, a shift occurred within me, and as we've shared more moments together, I've come to understand that my feelings for you are unlike anything I've ever known." Olivia felt her heart pounding in her chest. She sensed her feelings for Logan were deepening, yet hearing his confession spoken aloud rendered everything more tangible. "Logan, this is all quite unfamiliar to me. I'm still working on establishing my strength for both myself and the girls. I'm not urging you to hurry, Olivia. I simply wish to express my feelings to you." She inhaled deeply, gazing into his eyes. A genuine warmth enveloped her, one she couldn't dismiss, and for the first time in years, she sensed it might be safe to let her heart be vulnerable once more. "My feelings for you run deep as well, Logan. However, I require some time. I want to ensure that I'm fully prepared to take the next step." Logan acknowledged her reluctance with a nod. "I would endure any length of time required." Their moment was disrupted by the far-off growl of thunder, heralding the arrival of a storm. Olivia gazed at the horizon, the cool breeze brushing against her face. "Let's go inside before the rain starts," she proposed. Logan nodded, yet the spark in his gaze revealed that this dialogue had shifted the dynamics of their relationship. In the days that ensued, the tension between Olivia and Logan became increasingly fraught with emotion. A delicate tension hung in the air during their exchanges, each striving to navigate the fine line between the personal and the professional. One evening, Logan resolved to delight Olivia with a memorable dinner. He requested the housekeeper to care for the twins while he took it upon himself to prepare a meal for the two of them. As Olivia descended the stairs and beheld the beautifully arranged table, she found herself at a loss for words. "Did you really accomplish all of this?" she inquired, her voice laced with incredulity. With a smile, he said, "I wanted to do something special for you." As they gathered around the dinner table, their conversation flowed freely, touching on a myriad of topics. Labor, reminiscences of youth, aspirations for what lies ahead. The dialogue unfolded seamlessly, and they grew more at ease in one another's company. "I never thought I'd find myself in this position, with an opportunity to begin anew," Olivia remarked, deep in thought. "Without you, Logan, I can't imagine where we would stand today. You would be out there battling, just as you always do. I recently had the honor of assisting. Yet, it transcended that. You had faith in me when others did not. That truly changes everything." Logan extended his arm across the table, gently grasping her hand. "I will forever have faith in you, Olivia. Without fail." His touch radiated warmth and comfort, causing Olivia to sense the barriers she had constructed over the years starting to dissolve. She was aware of her lingering fears, yet she recognized that Logan was truly one of a kind. As the meal came to a close, Logan escorted her to the threshold of her bedroom. For a brief instant, they remained quiet, simply gazing at one another. "Good night, Logan," Olivia murmured, her smile warm and tender. "Sweet dreams, Olivia." With the door shut behind her, she pressed her back against it, her heart pounding in her chest. After years of solitude, she finally permitted herself to envision a future filled with companionship. Logan, in that moment, descended the stairs, a smile lighting up his features. He understood the challenges ahead, yet he was determined to take every necessary step to fully capture Olivia's heart. As the rain began to fall that night, they drifted into sleep, enveloped in a newfound sense of hope, as if the future was slowly unfolding before them. Olivia and Logan found their daily lives unfolding with an unexpected smoothness that took them both by surprise. The twins were becoming more and more fond of Logan, who reciprocated their feelings with sincere warmth. Still, Olivia experienced moments of uncertainty, not regarding her emotions, but concerning her readiness to completely place her trust in someone once more. One afternoon, as Olivia diligently focused on her reports in the office, her phone vibrated on the desk. A message arrived from an unfamiliar number. Upon opening it, she discovered a photograph of Logan engaged in conversation with a sophisticated woman at a restaurant. The caption stated, "Are you truly aware of his identity?" Olivia felt a surge of adrenaline. Even though she was aware of Logan's vibrant social life and professional connections, the message left her feeling uneasy. The uncertainty she had attempted to suppress surged forth once more. Who was that lady? What could possibly motivate someone to send her a message like that? Logan returned home later that day, appearing relaxed. He discovered Olivia in the living room, where the twins were engaged in play nearby. He quickly sensed that something was amiss. "Are you doing all right?" he inquired, taking a seat next to her. Olivia paused briefly, contemplating whether to reveal the message to him. "I received this today." Logan's brow furrowed as he gazed at the image. "That was a professional gathering. She is a consultant we are bringing on board for a project." Olivia yearned to place her faith in him, yet the message loomed like a dark cloud over her trust. "What could possibly motivate someone to send this my way, Logan? It seems as though there's a subtle warning being conveyed to me. I'm not certain, but I can look into it. Olivia, you need to have faith in me. I would never take any action that could cause you pain." His voice remained unwavering, and his tone conveyed authentic sincerity. Olivia gazed into his eyes and perceived an undeniable truth, the clarity of a soul unburdened by secrets. "I want to have faith in you, Logan, but this took me by surprise. Throughout my existence, I've encountered a series of letdowns, and that apprehension is difficult to overlook." Logan tenderly grasped her hands, offering a comforting squeeze. "I see what you mean, Olivia. I won't push you. I want you to understand that I stand ready to confront whatever comes our way, together." In the ensuing days, Logan delved into the origins of the message and uncovered that it had been dispatched by a disgruntled former employee he had dismissed months prior. He presented Olivia with the evidence, ensuring she understood there was no cause for concern. Olivia experienced a blend of relief and guilt. She understood that her journey toward trust was ongoing, yet she recognized that Logan was committed to doing everything necessary to safeguard her emotional well-being. After tucking the twins in for the night, Olivia made her way to Logan's office. He was engrossed in some papers but glanced up as she walked in. "Can we talk?" she inquired, gently shutting the door behind her. "Absolutely. What thoughts are swirling in your head?" Olivia settled into the chair opposite his desk, inhaling deeply. "I wish to express my regret for having questioned your abilities. The message certainly rattled me, yet that doesn't justify my absence of trust. Your honesty has always been appreciated, and it's important for me to reciprocate that fairness." Logan offered her a gentle smile. "No need for apologies, Olivia. I understand the difficulty you face in lowering your defenses. My purpose is to assist, not to criticize." His words resonated deeply, and Olivia found herself on the verge of tears. "You stand apart from everything I've ever encountered, Logan. It fills me with fear, yet it also ignites a desire within me to believe that happiness is possible once more. How about we engage in a fun little activity for those who prefer to skim through the comments? Leave a comment with Coca-Cola. Only those who reach this point will truly comprehend. Let us return to the narrative." Logan rose and approached her, kneeling beside her. He softly brushed away a tear that had slipped down her cheek. "Olivia, happiness is within your reach, and you need not embark on this journey by yourself." That evening, an unspoken change occurred between them. The barriers Olivia had maintained for ages finally started to fall apart. The subsequent days were rich with moments of profound connection. Logan maintained his unwavering patience and genuine concern, as Olivia gradually opened her heart to him in full trust. One afternoon, while wandering through the park with Harper and Hazel, Logan observed Olivia engaging with the girls. In that instant, he experienced an unwavering conviction. This was the existence he had always dreamed of. He longed to be with her and the twins for all eternity. Upon their return home, Logan requested the housekeeper to keep an eye on the girls for a few hours. He led Olivia to the terrace of the mansion, the very place where they had exchanged a crucial conversation months ago. "Olivia, I have something on my mind that I need to express." She gazed at him, her heart pounding with anticipation. "What is it exactly?" Logan delved into his pocket and retrieved a small box, unveiling a delicate ring within. "I wish to share my life with you and the girls forever. Your presence has illuminated my world and filled it with a happiness I never imagined could exist. Olivia, will you take my hand in marriage?" Emotion welled up within her, and she instinctively brought her hand to her mouth, unable to contain her disbelief. "Logan, Indeed, I shall." Logan beamed as he gently placed the ring on her finger, then enveloped her in a warm, loving embrace. The tempest that had marked the beginning of their adventure had at last subsided, and they stood poised to embark on a fresh chapter side by side. With the twins resting soundly in the adjacent room, Olivia and Logan shared their dreams for the future, a heartfelt wedding brimming with love and a life founded on the trust and respect they had diligently cultivated. That night marked the start of a journey brimming with joyful experiences and obstacles they would confront side by side as a genuine family. The preparations for Olivia and Logan's wedding started off modestly, yet held profound significance for each of them. Olivia envisioned a personal ceremony, embraced solely by those who played a role in her new journey. Harper and Hazel were absolutely delighted by the prospect of being flower girls, and Logan made sure to include them in every little detail. "I'm selecting flowers to match with dresses." Even amidst the happiness that enveloped her, Olivia understood that she must face one final specter from her history. Though she had come to terms with the fact that Jake, the twins' biological father, would never step up, she sensed the need to confront him one last time. "Logan, I must speak with Jake once more," Olivia remarked one evening as they stood on the terrace. Logan furrowed his brow, a look of worry crossing his face. "Is that truly essential?" "Indeed, it's not about him, but rather about me. I must bring this chapter to a definitive close." Logan grasped her hand, his gaze brimming with empathy. "If that's what you require, I'll stand with you." The following day, Logan successfully located Jake's address. Olivia chose to meet him by herself, yet she found comfort in the fact that Logan was merely a phone call away. Upon her arrival, she spotted Jake lingering outside a quaint bar, his appearance marked by the passage of time and the decisions that had shaped his journey. "Olivia," he exclaimed, taken aback by her presence. "Indeed, it is I. It's time for a conversation." With a weary sigh, Jake motioned for her to join him at a secluded table in the corner. He appeared restless, as if wishing for a swift conclusion to this moment. "What brings you here?" he inquired, his tone weary. "I want to express that I no longer hold any expectations for you. Your decision was made long ago, yet the girls deserve to understand that I put forth every effort to provide them with the best. And now I'm turning the page." Jake lingered in quiet contemplation, his gaze fixed on the vacant glass before him. "I understand I let you down, Olivia, but I'm unsure of how to embrace fatherhood." "I never did. That is no longer of concern. There is a person who cherishes them as though they were his own. Logan embodies all the qualities you could never attain or hope to achieve." Jake remained silent, yet the expression in his eyes revealed that he grasped the significance of her words. Olivia rose, sensing that she had expressed all that was necessary. As she stepped out of the bar, a buoyancy enveloped her, a sensation long forgotten over the years. Upon arriving home, she discovered Logan in the yard with the twins, assisting them in setting up a play tent. "How did it turn out?" he inquired as she drew near. It unfolded as it was meant to. At this moment, I am completely prepared to embrace the next chapter. Logan beamed and wrapped her in a warm embrace. Your accomplishments fill me with pride. In the days that followed, Olivia immersed herself in the whirlwind of wedding preparations and the exciting journey ahead with Logan and the girls. At last, she sensed she had discovered a true sanctuary, not merely in a tangible way, but in the affection she shared with Logan and the joyous laughter of Harper and Hazel. On the morning of the wedding, Olivia felt a mix of nerves and a glow that lit up the room. Adorned in a graceful white dress, she gazed into the mirror, reflecting on the profound transformations her life had undergone. The twins, adorned in their charming princess attire, flung open the door, each clutching a bouquet of flowers. You look beautiful, Mommy, Harper said, her eyes sparkling with admiration. Thank you, my dears. You both appear absolutely radiant as well. With her heart brimming with feeling, Olivia strolled down the aisle toward Logan, who stood in anticipation. As their gazes locked, every uncertainty she held slipped away. The wedding was understated yet brimming with affection and significance. Each word in their vows echoed the connection they had forged, not merely as partners, but as a cohesive family. As the ceremony concluded, Harper and Hazel dashed into the embrace of Olivia and Logan, their excitement bubbling over in joyful squeals. The future that once appeared ambiguous has transformed into a beacon of joy and unity. Following the wedding, Logan's mansion seemed to pulsate with newfound energy. Harper and Hazel swiftly embraced the notion of a complete family, and Olivia sensed that she had at last discovered her rightful place in the world. Their days brimmed with joy and gentle exchanges as she and Logan crafted their new rhythm side by side. As dawn broke on their inaugural morning together as a married couple, Olivia stirred to the gentle melody of birds serenading the garden. She glanced over to see Logan next to her, observing her with a serene smile. Good morning, Mrs. Bennet. She smiled, gradually becoming accustomed to her new last name. Greetings of the day. Are you prepared to embark on this new chapter of our lives? Fully prepared. The initial months of their union brimmed with appreciation and a sense of rebirth. Logan stood by Olivia as she navigated the challenges of her work and studies, all the while remaining a devoted father figure to Harper and Hazel. He ensured his presence at every significant milestone in the girls' lives, from minor school accomplishments to the cherished moments of bedtime stories. One afternoon, as Olivia sorted through some paperwork in the office, a wave of lightheadedness washed over her. Believing it was merely exhaustion, she chose to take a break. Nevertheless, the symptoms continued to linger in the days that followed. Logan observed her fatigue and urged her to consult a physician. It's merely fatigue, Logan. I'm fine, she said, attempting to offer him some comfort. It could be, but there's no harm in taking a look. I want to ensure you're looking after yourself. With a hint of hesitation, Olivia consented and set up an appointment. She experienced a twinge of anxiety, yet she anticipated no significant revelations. Yet, following the standard examinations, the physician revealed information that would once more alter the course of their lives. Well done, Mrs. Bennet. You are expecting a child. Olivia paused, absorbing the weight of the words that had just reached her ears. Expecting? The idea of bringing a child into the world with Logan stirred a blend of happiness and astonishment within her. Upon her arrival, she discovered Logan in the living room, engaged in play with Harper and Hazel. His smile gave her the confidence that this was the ideal time to reveal the news. Logan, may we have a moment to converse? He sensed the gravity in her voice and instructed the girls to head to their room to play. Once they found themselves in solitude, Logan moved in closer, intrigued. What is it, Olivia? She inhaled deeply, striving to contain her feelings. Logan, I visited the doctor today, and I discovered that I'm expecting. Logan paused, absorbing her words in thoughtful silence. A broad grin spread across his face. So, you're expecting? She nodded, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Indeed, we are expecting a little one." Logan enveloped her in a warm embrace, his heart brimming with happiness. "This is truly remarkable, Olivia. I'm at a loss for words." The upcoming weeks brimmed with anticipation, as they started getting ready for the new member of their family. Harper and Hazel were overjoyed to learn they would soon welcome a baby brother or sister. They enthusiastically assisted Olivia in selecting clothes and adorning the nursery. On a serene evening, while observing the twins in slumber, Logan and Olivia contemplated all they had triumphed over to arrive at this moment. "It seems we've experienced a great deal in a remarkably brief period," Olivia remarked softly, her hand tenderly gliding over her expanding belly. "Each obstacle has led us to this moment. I find myself experiencing a level of happiness I never imagined possible." Olivia beamed, appreciating the presence of Logan beside her. In the face of countless challenges, they recognized that they were crafting a life brimming with affection and optimism. The arrival of the pregnancy united the family in a profound way. Logan was ever watchful, making certain that Olivia felt at ease, while Harper and Hazel buzzed with excitement for the arrival of their little brother. Each aspect of the planning was infused with meticulous attention and delight. Yet, as with any adventure, there were instances of unease. During a routine checkup, the doctor recommended that Olivia take extra rest because of a minor risk of complications. Upon hearing this, Logan's focus sharpened, and he eagerly took on numerous daily responsibilities to allow Olivia the chance to unwind. "Focus solely on yourself and the baby, that's all that matters," he said with a reassuring firmness. Olivia let out a gentle laugh. "You're being far too generous with me, Logan." "Olivia, you are worthy of every bit of kindness and attention that exists." Time raced ahead, and suddenly, the deadline was upon them. On a serene evening, with a soft breeze dancing through the curtains, Olivia felt the first signs of labor. Logan maintained his composure, even as his feelings surfaced, and swiftly transported her to the hospital. After what felt like an eternity, the piercing wail of a newborn echoed through the delivery room, filling every heart present with an overwhelming sense of joy. A boy was born, robust and full of vitality. Logan cradled the baby in his arms, a wave of emotion washing over him, as Olivia gazed at them both, tears of joy glistening in her eyes. "Welcome to the family, my son," Logan said, his voice heavy with feeling. Harper and Hazel, filled with anticipation in the hallway, were finally ushered in to meet their brother. They were overjoyed, vowing to forever cherish and safeguard him. Life at Logan's mansion exuded a sense of fulfillment. What had once appeared as an improbable family now stood as a brilliant testament to love, togetherness, and strength. Every obstacle had fortified their resolve, and the horizon appeared more promising than it ever had before. As Logan held the baby gently in his arms and the twins frolicked nearby, Olivia sensed that she had at last discovered what she had always yearned for, a sanctuary brimming with affection and individuals ready to go to great lengths for each other. How did you feel about the narrative of Logan and Olivia? We'd love to hear your insights in the comments section below. Please evaluate this narrative on a scale from 0 to 10. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to stay updated on all our narratives. Explore more touching stories by clicking on the end screen.